Kid and El Prez bounce from nostalgia to full-blown rage as streaming services, AI subscriptions, and modern life pile up into one expensive, broken mess. Somewhere along the way, internet gurus, dating hacks, and face-altering glow-ups get dragged into the spotlight. And in the end, after all the noise, it lands on the one thing nobody can fake. If your personality sucks, no algorithm is saving you. This is the Goin Deep Show for Friday, April 3rd, 2026.
Watching this thing on YouTube called Chasing Cardboard. You ever watch Chasing Cardboard?
Never heard of it.
It's a baseball card, sports memorabilia kind of. This guy hunts all these rare baseball cards down at these antique shops all over the country.
I can see why that'd be interesting. I mean, we've all got memories pre-putting them in our bike wheels, spokes.
It was, so I've kind of gone through and really started to sift through it all and look through my stuff even. And what sparked my interest was my parents are moving. And it's this weird nostalgia and sadness and things like this. My brother and I yesterday went out to Auburn, had breakfast, and then stopped at my parents. And when we pulled in the driveway, he said, "You know what? We're not out here enough, and we've separated ourselves. We have built our own lives and doing all these things separately. It's not quite as. It's almost when I go back." It's not what I remember.
Right, because you grew up in that same house, correct?
Yeah.
It's different. So, like my experience at my dad's house, I lived there for about 6 months or so. I've stayed there a lot of times, bringing a lot of stuff out of the board games, the things that we played when we were kids, the things that were important. And then going through the pictures and everything else, there's that nostalgia there.
So yours
for it.
Down where he was, like you said, it's you're so far away from it.
Yeah,
it's not like your place.
No, but I relate to it because of the experiences I had there, And I lived there back in 93 to 94 while I was working for Levi's. So
I've had this very...
And I was 28 years old. So, I mean, there were a lot of cool things that happened at that point in my life that I relate to being in that area.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm spoiled in this, but my jobs have always been very close to home, to the point where I could walk to them. When I worked at the newspaper, I lived in the current house that I'm in, 2 miles away. Even when it was moved out to Mackinac Road, it wasn't that far away. Then I moved even closer to a job that was even closer at the studio, the Ono studio. And then I worked from home. And then now I work in Saginaw. But I think there's something weird, and I'm just discovering this. Is a light bulb moment right as I'm sitting here. Just when I went to school, it was not far from where I lived with my parents, both high school, both grade school, all that. I've kind of been a little spoiled in that way, where even we're very privileged to have access to a place like this, thanks to our friend. And it's weird when you get nostalgic about stuff. Even my grandparents' house, my parents bought, so I can go back to my place where my grandparents were. And we hold on to these things that are kind of nostalgic, you know.
Yeah, I go by my old grandparents' house up in Sebring Pigeon, or even my dad's house that I lived for quite a while there. But the house that I'm in is the longest I've ever lived in one place. It's 20 years I've been in that house.
Me too. And I'm so neglectful when it comes to my home. Yeah. I don't do the things I need to do and I should do. Now that I'm sober, I think
makes a whole difference.
Well, your priorities shift a bit.
Yeah.
I had to go and have a bunch of debaucherous fun in order to realize now that, okay, hey, I've been lucky. I didn't crash a car and die and...
Didn't almost go airborne between two trees.
No.
I think it could fly.
In my Tesla.
But I mean, I've lived in Nashville. I've lived over in Georgia. I've lived outside of Chicago area, Gurnee, and they were all for jobs. And I traveled a lot with work, like out to New York and Buffalo and Niagara Falls, and I did a lot of that on another company's dime, which made it interesting. But I've yet to go to Europe, and but yeah,
I don't know if I would have gone to Europe if my baby mama one didn't drag my ass there.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would have. I'm appreciative of the fact that she did that because we had a pretty cool experience. But I know that's one of the things Erasure wants to do a lot is some international
it's still
travel.
On the bucket list if things don't go sideways. So
yeah, what?
you
for you mean, or still?
Well, yeah, I mean, it just we'll see what happens the next while. It's
nothing's going sideways, man.
One step at a time, young man. One step at a time. But talking about concerts again, there's a lot of them are dropping prices. A lot of I guess I
didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I had like an offer for the Black Crowes, a 4-pack of tickets because of March Madness for $100 while supplies last. There was another show; it was like half off. So you could get 2 tickets for the price of one. And because of the gas prices and things like that, they're going, wait a minute, we need to still sell tickets. How can we make this more affordable, especially after they just had their way in court, Ticketmaster and Live Nation, that whole lawsuit.
I can't believe they're still dealing with that. Remember when Pearl Jam was big?
Yeah.
In the 90s, going after them and stuff. It's just it parallels very much the television stuff that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks with the subscription services and things. It's too much. I can't. I'm struggling right now, and this is a lot for me to. I don't know if it's because I wait and I like the pressure of having a hard deadline.
Oh,
so for instance,
you're one of those people.
I do. I have to have a hard deadline because I want to anticipate that hard deadline, meeting the expectation of hitting that hard deadline, and then once that's over, distancing myself from that particular project so it doesn't linger into some new thing. So that's kind of how my brain operates.
To acting.
Yeah, I need to have. So what I do, for instance, here's a stupid example of this. World Baseball Classic last week. I know those games are the semifinals and the final game are going to be 8:00 on Monday, Tuesday, or whenever the hell they were. I think it was Tuesday. It was St. Patty's Day that they did it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because Harper had a good deal. But their lineup, correct me if I'm wrong, was based on availability. So it wasn't the same set lineup of USA players, or maybe on other teams because based on the professional team they play on.
Well, what was odd to me was they were kind of mixing and matching as they headed towards that final game, and the team was better than it's ever been as far as great players go. The year that they won it, they had a great team too. I mean, they're never too shabby. I mean, it's our
There's
game.
only
It's
one
American
run
game.
difference. I mean, 3-2 is a small margin. I had somebody like, "Oh God, they got blown out." No, they didn't. It was one
think-
run.
I think the excuse is that their enthusiasm wasn't quite as hyped as the Venezuelans or the Dominicans and things like that are probably a little true. When you're an American kid, you play 162 games. You play all late. Now, I mean, this is a fault of now these overzealous baseball dads, where your kid is acting like he's a superstar at the time he can.
At 3 years old,
There's these guys now with all these training they're doing. It's year round this and year round that. I struggle a little bit with that push for that because you're going to wear this kid out at some point. Now, again, the cream will rise at the top, and that's what we have right now. And when it comes to the game, but I don't know. You could argue that their enthusiasm wasn't quite as. But then again, they're fans. Mm-hmm. Their fans are kind of the ones that mirror that a little bit. I think if you watched the intros, did you watch the intro to that and everything? It was very Olympic. Did you catch it? It was pretty impressive. I thought it was pretty cool. So I guess I'm trying to remember what my point was. Okay, it's about the subscription services and things like this. So I like the deadline. I know. So I'll wait. She's like, did you figure out how we're going to watch this? And I don't have the go-to thing to go like, well, okay, how am I going to watch it? So I usually jump on MLB and say, how can I watch the game? You can do it through YouTube TV. You can do it through Fubo. You can do it through Fox app. You can do it.
It was on Fox, I thought.
Right,
Regular TV.
but we don't have like an antenna hooked up to the TV. So this is a downfall. I guess I'm sitting here going, like, you have all these streaming services, and the simplest thing would have been to like go to Meijer and buy a goddamn antenna and just hook it up.
Come over to my house, grab one of the many ones I've tried and failed. I've got one in my attic area,
Do they work at all?
Actually, the last one did pretty good. It was one of those ones that fold out that looks like a big arrow kind of deal. And I had that in one of my dormers. And just basically using the pre-existing cable, screwed it into there, and then screwed my TV just like you normally would a cable, but that's where the signal's coming from versus a satellite dish.
So I guess
ABC's the one channel that it's hard to get in where we live here.
This is my old man moment where I could have just done that, but my future-minded self has been taught now through all these streaming services that we have to stream it. We just have to stream it. I could have just did that, and that would have been simple. And it was in the back of my mind to do that. It crossed my mind like 3 or 4 times. Like, I could just get an antenna.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have to get. And here's how fucked up it is. Amazon, you can just order the damn thing, and it shows up the next day. So anyway, I pushed this deadline to the last minute. I get a Fubo account set up for the semifinals, and then the final game's not. They're wheeling my Sling account. I said, okay, maybe I can watch it on there. I go to Sling. It's not. The game will not be on this. It's like, oh my God, you can't.
It makes it so hard these days. And summertime rolling up. I bought it's a projector screen from outside.
I'm looking forward to seeing that thing.
And I'm going to put it right on the fence. The screen that came with it. I'm going to mount that onto the fence so that way it could be out there during the take it down when not using it, but to be able to stream the baseball games. That's the whole reason why I got that subscription is. You just come on over and find me in the backyard, and hopefully there's no mosquitoes.
So this is the interesting thing now. So I paid, like we talked about last week, I paid the $149 to get MLB All Access with all of the games for all the teams, which I like to do. I like to watch it as
you like to watch
grid.
A lot of different games.
Yeah, I want to know all the players, all the stars of each of the clubs and stuff. So I emailed MLB, and I told them my problem. And I don't know. It was like a day went by, And then another day went by, and then I got a response yesterday, like 3, almost 4 days later.
You got a response because most places don't.
This is the strangest response, though, that I've received in my life, though. Okay, what do you think that their response was to my? I said to him, I said, I don't want to have to pay $189 on top of the $149 that I just paid. Now I know that there's a monthly $20 a month thing that I could do, and let's be honest, once October hits, I can't watch any of those postseason games on the MLB app. So right now you're talking April, May, June, July, August, September. You're talking 6 months at $20. Okay, it's almost the same as the $149 I just spent. I'm not going to spend $189 on just get that. I'll just pay monthly and then stop it at when September comes. Check out this response that I get from them, and it's not. I was just like stunned. Okay, I thought I was going to get some negative response.
They give you a credit at least.
No, this isn't bad at all. Like it's weird. Okay, look what it says. All it says is, "Dear AG, please call us at 866-248-2291. International cards, regards." It doesn't say any solution. I literally have to get on the phone with MLB in order to figure this fucking shit out.
Well, and
which isn't bad. That's not a bad thing.
So this is kind of different, but the same. So I ordered some Death Wish. They've got some new Surge 20% stronger coffee. I get an email because I'm a Society Club member. Buy it before you can. I go in there. I buy 3 bags. It's $60. It's free shipping. I send that off. And then I get an email. You left something in your cart. No, I fucking didn't.
It's creepy as hell, isn't it?
And then it's like, and here's 10% off. Don't tell me you're going to give me 10% off of something I've already bought and that I still have it in the cart and I can't return that cart and rebuy and use the discount, And they sent me a survey like a week before that I replied to. I'm like, this is what drives me nuts. Yeah. If you're going to give me the 10%, it's a brand new item. Why are you, discounting it at 10% before you could buy it or anybody could try it? And I've called them twice and they haven't responded back at all to me yet.
I'm shocked that they're making me make a phone call here. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to call them today and be like, hey,
well,
I just need, and I'm going to express to them the frustration I have because I'm one of the biggest baseball fans you're ever going to meet. And I think they know that. They know that I've been to 3 spring training games. I have a profile in their system, and they know. They probably know how many hot dogs I consume each time I go to the game.
They probably want you to come do an announcement.
They probably want.
That would be so cool. Like, hey, Alan, we know.
But, I mean, they have to have some type of little file of, he's a Tiger fan. He goes to the game. He went to spring training. Here's what he gets. Here's what he's wearing. Any smart business knows these things.
I get things because I have done the ticket packages. I'll get it both from the Red Wings and the Tigers both. I'll get different offers, and I kind of really liked that 6-game package I used to do where I'd buy 6 games, I'd give away or sell half the tickets, and I'd go use the other 3 games. And some of them, were the warmest weather season part early in it.
I'm blaming you for all of this. Because I didn't read that email about getting those 2 tickets if you got it beforehand. So when you came into the show, I'm like, what 2 tickets? What? So I went back and I had the email. I just didn't read it. So I'm like, geez, I got to figure this shit out. So now I'm on a mission. And I just want to make it seamless as possible. So if there's some event going on where, hey, we have to be to do this, I need the game in my pocket. So that I can do like they did in the, what is it? Wasn't there a Simpsons episode where Homer's watching the football game in church or something?
Yep.
I need that.
Well, I've seen that quite a bit. I mean, even out like at other events, big events, serious shit. And all of a sudden watching their, And then why all of a sudden does my phone just think, I didn't say, do you notice your phone would be like, it'll try to do the Hey Siri thing or
every time you here's the S, man.
I don't even say Siri and it pops up. And it's distracting as all hell.
So but it's
you said they're changing or merging with Gemini or
Apple and Googie. Apple and Googie are getting together. Here's what it is. And I don't know any of the inner workings on Apple and stuff, and I don't know. All I know is I've used the hardware for years. The software's been shaky at times. Not the current lineup of stuff, but through the years. You've seen some things that are like, okay, that's weird. the software has kind of they've really honed in on making the look of everything kind of work. All the apps that we use after this many years of doing it, they look good. They come together. But what they, I know, I don't have any inside in knowledge on anything. All I know is like people like me who are very big Apple people, the frustrations with Siri are huge. It was novelty and cool at the time when it came out, and it does what it does best. I talk to it in the morning. Hey, give me the weather. What's going on? Certain things. Set my alarm for this. Do that. Basic shit. It does fine. But once we got a taste of ChatGPT and Grok and all these things, then that's where it's like, oh, wait a minute. And Gemini has been one that I have only dabbled in a bit through that Notebook LM and a little bit through Gemini. Gemini is good.
I've been using that one more this last week or so since you mentioned it. I'm like, all right, I'll give it more of a shake versus ChatGPT. And Grok is like the last one. Grok is if I want to like scare the shit out of my kid, like I did the one time about asking it a question.
Grok
the Unhinged,
Grok, I struggle with the Grok because it does great things for the podcast, not great things for remembering and doing. What frustrates me the most, same thing what we're talking about with these streaming services. In order to get the full working everything at an unlimited rate, you have to pay. I'm paying so many AI things right now. I have to stop. I have to. It's like it's like having 5 girlfriends.
Yeah,
it is. You pay for ChatGPT, which I needed to do some stuff with. I let that one go away for like the last 2 months. I leaned over on Grok a bit. Grok has shown signs that it's just not as reliable. I went back to ChatGPT and immediately fell back in love with that because of how well it does stuff. But Gemini, I'm just I don't know. I don't know if this is a lingering. You have to have another company to battle up against. But back in the day, it was Apple, Microsoft kind of a thing, and
there's always been the Pepsi, Coke kind of shit. And Burger King, McDonald's. So yeah, there's always that. Competition is supposed to always be good for the consumer, and yet it's sometimes not. But back in the day, weren't all those tech giants all in the same garage together at one point, coming up with the first MacBook? Or
they're always stealing from each other. You know?
Well, that's why I still say the plagiaristic avocado. Everything's a
remix.
Yep, everything's been borrowed and stolen. So,
I always say this when it comes to the phone specifically. Go and look at what a phone looked like before the iPhone came out. It had buttons on it. It looked like a BlackBerry. It still had all the all that shit.
The drop-down keyboard was kind of cool. You know?
All that stuff was there until the iPhone came out, and then it was all screen. But I think there's been a movement recently I've been reading about that younger generations want to have that tactile feel. They want to have the buttons. They want to have the things that click. You should see what Erasure got from me from the thrift store the other day. A working RCA cassette player with a recorder in it. So and she busted out some Beatles tapes, stuck it in there. She goes, "Look, this works." And I sat there with that thing for about 15 minutes, just playing, rewinding. I forgot about the little counter that these things used to have. Remember? It was a tiny little counter with the 3 little numbers that rotated.
And then I had the attachment that I could suction cup to the back of a regular phone and record the phone conversation. And oh, what fun we had with that one playing practical jokes.
Do you have any old recordings?
I don't have any of that stuff now because that was 50 years ago. But there was one that we pranked this guy that was 6'5", and we had one of our friends pretend he was gay on the phone because we would all be going out to club back in the day and how he wanted him. The guy's fictional name was Bob Jones that we created. And what was even better is one of their friends later on sent the guy that we were pranking on a Valentine's Day card from Bob Jones. So one of our other friends, unbeknownst to them that it was us, tagged onto this practical joke and sent it to him. And
they're like,
we eventually told him, and he wanted to kick my ass. And then, as we're drinking and everything, and then he's like, "This is really brilliant. I can't beat your ass for this one."
This is good, yeah.
So-
Except your one friend is like, man, wow,
Alan.
you really play gay really good. Wow, man, it's almost like you're really gay.
Yeah, he was. Well, his name was Alan too, but he was very short, very very short, and like 5'5", 5'6", and yeah, he was. And the other guy was 6'5", and was a bodybuilder, and could have just like
Squashed him.
Oh yeah, big time.
Hammered his head right to the floor.
Yep.
Well, back to just for a quick minute to wrap
Yeah,
up the streaming shit. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call MLB. I'm going to record everything because
Sure, why not?
I have this amazing phone booth set up at her place. It's so awesome. I did some voice. Silverback came in and did some voiceover work for me over the weekend, and I'll have to play a sample of what we get out of it. It's really cool. So I don't know. I'll have to have you over there to check it out, man. It's
Actually,
cool.
I'd like to. I get things from LinkedIn to try to get me to do voiceover. I don't know how or why. Why they, they just, or it's a scam thing to try to get money.
Well, one thing I've been toying with the idea of is using that 11 Labs more. You can submit your voice to 11 Labs and let people use your voice, and then you get a little residual little
Cool.
part of it. And of course, it's probably pennies, just similar to the way that the if anything, like the musicians and stuff. But I'm gonna call them and record it, try to figure that all out. But my bottom line is, I need to just have a single way to watch all of the MLB stuff. So I'm happy with my life again.
We need to figure out if you can log in to mine and not interrupt me watching while you watch.
It's fine, man. So my account, I've had it for years where it just auto renews. It just goes, and I think that was the downfall of it's what they're going to tell me. Since you've auto renewed for so long, you didn't have and I'm sure they had sent me an email, and I just glanced over it, and I'm gonna play dumb like that. That's what happened.
So what's this WTF that you got circled on the screen here?
I have
Something about moms.
Here's the thing.
We've not talked about shit in a while.
I know. I have a note that I shared with you the February one, or maybe the January one of this.
I think it was January.
So I need to do this more often because I've kind of set up this system through this free form app on the Mac. Where
we were like checking off topics before. But the wonderful Hattrick's been in the studios and her talks, and stories of her and the firemen and everything else have just been great.
Dude, it's insane what she's going through.
I know. And they're such a couple, even though she won't admit it.
Well, I think it may have been a good thing that she got burned by Wally earlier in the year last year, because now she goes into these things with a little more
eyes wide open,
not this balls to the wall.
Yeah,
on the heartfelt side of things, she's balls to the wall on everything else, of course.
Well, it's dude's balls to her walls. So
the inner wall. We kind of touched on a few of these things. I have a what the fuck category here, and last week it was the mom jeans thing. Remember, it was very much the mama jeans we had talked about. There was a channel on the Sirius satellite radio on that. But since the hat trick is gone, what I want to do is go to our fucking hot chicks fucking section. If this goddamn thing will fucking work.
Why isn't it?
It's all jittery and shit.
It's had too much coffee this morning.
Turn this off. Yeah, it's got jitters. It's got the jits. So a lot of the times what I do with this page is I put a bunch of audio clips at the top that we can play during the show. But this hot section here, I want to talk about this Gina Carano. You ever seen this chick?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know who she is.
She was on Mandalorian. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. And then she got in trouble because she was it a racist thing? What was it? Or it was a LGBT. She was something with the gay community. She said some shit.
Yep.
And this is where I struggle with all of this. She was
in Deadpool. She's been in a lot of different movies.
She's great, good-looking chick, man.
Hot-looking chick.
So her and Ronda Rousey are going to have a thing?
I believe they're going to go in the ring together, because she was a fighter before, just like Ronda was. So
it says here she's...
Ronda might, maybe win one for once, because usually she's getting her ass kicked.
Has that been the case, really?
Yeah, the last couple of fights, Ronda Rousey's gotten her ass handed to her. So
see, I'm not in that world as much. I relied on Mr. Clean to handle that. He was into all the fighting and stuff and knowing all that shit. I don't know. It's I think I got a bad taste in my mouth for it when
pun intended.
We went to eat one time somewhere, and I'm sitting there eating, and I look up, and it was an MMA fight, and it was just blood and just. Oh, it was like, I'm like, seriously, this is what we're watching while I'm trying to eat tonight.
Yeah.
This dude's face was just mangled.
So the funny thing is like when the whole Ultimate Fighting Challenge started, my memory is this was back in the early 90s. And when I was living down in Nashville, my dad had one of those black boxes that you could get all the pay-per-view and everything like that. You could stream illegally. And everything he would send off. He'd always have one of these that people would buy. And so we would watch it for free. So when a couple of my buddies would come down, we'd always tune in. We'd watch it. I mean, that's when the Hoist Gracie, Dan Severin, all these guys were all starting out, you know.
Some of those names from back in that time,
Well, Dan Severin's from Flint, Michigan. I've met him a couple of different times at the Reebok store. Oh, there's a guy that's going to run for president one day in the middle.
Which Paul is that?
Yeah, it's.
I don't know. Those two idiots are interchangeable as far as I'm concerned.
But I mean, she looks pretty fit. Rhonda does compared to Gina.
I'll tell you one thing, man. You know, there's very few women in the sack that I would let manhandle me. But these two bitches, if I'm in there with them, holy shit balls. You know what I mean?
They might throw you around.
Throw me around. I wouldn't.
In a pretzel.
They'd put me in some holds that I would not be able to get out of. You know what I mean?
You're not coming up until you make me come so hard.
But they're pretty good looking. Now, do you remember when she was on Entourage?
Rhonda Rousey? I barely do. I wasn't a big fan of the show.
You were a fan of Entourage? Why not?
No, because I didn't have HBO.
Oh, that's why. You should go back and watch it. It's fucking great.
I should then.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of man stuff in there. A lot of dudes getting hot bitches, man. My favorite kind of thing.
Piven was big in there, which
Piven was good. He was good in there.
Yep, he was in Grosse Point Blank. That's always a good classic.
He was also in Singles. Remember, he was the checkout. The checkout guy in Singles.
Mm-hmm.
I was
love that movie.
Netflix has this manosphere documentary right now. Have you seen this thing?
No.
I watched the first half of it, and I don't know if it's my age or the timing on things. When I did anything on the internet, it was during a time when everything was just like a free for all. When the early internet was. You didn't know what you were going to see. You were going to kind of come up with some search to go. You were going to go to that page. You were going to jump to another page through a links page that site would have. You know, those days have kind of gone away because they've created these centralized social networks where everybody come here and let you interact with everybody else. Where back in the day when those social networks didn't exist.
Do you remember like BitTorrent and that where you could do all the downloading of the digital movies? And we were doing a lot of that stuff back then. And so like movies like the movie Whipped, you know, Singles, oh shit, I got to remember here. There was a series of them, the Taoist Steve, that were all these kind of feel good independent movies that had a message.
Well, the whole internet at the time was very just you could go to a website that was just a list of graffiti, or you could go to a list of you had to hunt down stuff more. It wasn't quite as organized. America Online, you know, was the first of these social networks that tried to kind of gather everybody in. What I'm getting at though is my mentality at that time was kind of like you're learning, you grow up with that stuff. You recognize how things have changed. The darker side of things, the ogreish.com, the Style Project, these weird sites where you would go there and you'd see some fucking crazy shit and all this. And that's kind of how this podcast was created from this. It spawned out of those older sites where it was just, hey, here's the list of, Yo Mama jokes. Here's the list of Chuck. We do have to mention Chuck Norris passed away.
Yes.
And here's the Chuck Norris things. You know, so these organized websites and things that are there now. Now back to this manosphere thing. I go into any of these criticisms of these guys now who are these like, we're men, we're real men, we take care of ourselves, we got bitches, we got these women who are hot.
Tates of the world.
Andrew Tate's, all these things.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to be perfect segue to what I was listening to earlier. But what I'm getting at here is much of our podcast throughout the whole 20-some years has been not necessarily the overcompensating for man getting, the
short end of the stick,
getting the finger pointed at him how we fuck everything up in the world. Okay, but I relate to these guys wanting to. Hey, listen, you guys can go do your shit. We're not telling you not to. You go do your shit. But guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna do our shit too. We get our shit. You get your shit. Stop fucking trying to stop me from doing.
So sensitive. Quit being such a whiny little bitch.
Don't stop me from doing my shit. But where these guys are they're turning it into this money making, teaching the boys how to fucking be a little more misogynistic. Now, and I don't particularly like that side of it. Not for what they're preaching, but they're trying to make fucking money off of it. I don't like that side of anything.
Well, not to take away from what you're saying, but you remember that was like the whole steps of how to meet women and that where you'd pay somebody and you learn how to, pay a compliment to a woman, but then knock them down the next minute. I mean, all this.
Well, I hate to say it,
narcissistic bullshit that just be yourself.
No, it's the thing is though. Okay, I'm admitting this, people. I have done these things before in the past where it sucks, but they fucking work. It works when you do certain things to women. And I'm not saying physically do things to women. I'll give you one. I'll give you one instance that worked. The easiest thing that you could ever do if you want to get some girl's attention. And I've used this for my entire life. When you know the person, you know who they are. You've interacted. You've not interacted, but you've been around in the same circle, but you've never really communicated or talked. And then they're introduced to you or something like this. You just fake that you don't know who they are. And it is such an ego hit, especially if they're a really beautiful woman. I've done this many times, and it works every single time. You just fake like you don't know their name, don't know who they are. And they assume you do, and then you're like, it somehow, these, especially really good-looking women think everybody knows them. Of course they know me. Of course they don't, and you do. You guys pay attention to attractive things. But the second that you take them down a few notches by pretending that you don't know who the fuck they are, it absolutely fucking works. And I hate to say it, but it does.
And here, kids, that was free advice. Most people would have charged you $99.99 for it.
Exactly. And that make me an asshole for saying that or using that technique. Heard it. But you hear these things and you're just like, well, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that out just to see if it works. And then when it works, you're just like, holy shit, that totally fucking worked.
Yeah.
It's weird. And it's all like psychological thing.
That's all Vince Vaughn's advice, man, too. From I got to remember the name. Him and John Favreau, Vegas.
Swingers, baby, swingers.
Yes. I used to have that poster on my wall. Damn it, how could I forget that? But that movie...
Y'all growns up and you grown up.
but that movie was a playbook for a lot of guys that watched it, were taking notes. Like, don't be that one leaving that 50th message, Don't be so needy, clingy.
When he does the old here's a little, he puts a quarter down or puts a little money down. It's not that much. You come back and this is all for you. He's fucking with it. He's playing it, but it's just these little small interactions. But this manosphere thing, I've only got to half of it. They follow a guy around, but what it is, it's this documentarist, this famous documentarist who follows these dudes and gets the information. You could tell at first these guys are all about, okay, here's what we are, here's my bitch, here's my girl, that kind of thing, and they're working out and they're being manly, saying all their, things that they mean. But then they get like really leery of this the guy following them around, and you could tell it kind of like at one point the guy who's filming and interviewing, he's like, are we good? Are we okay? He says there's a different kind of energy going on here today, because you can tell what this reporter is going to do is they're going to report accurately what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So you're going to be yourself, or when you're not yourself and your guard is down and you kind of reveal what you really are doing, whether that's true or not, he's going to report that too. He's going to. This is why I
peel back that layer that they don't want to have seen.
Exactly. So this is for the most.
Now I got to watch it. I'll check it out.
For the most part, this is what has ruined most of my relationships in the past, where they hear me on the podcast and they're like, is that the real him, or is this the fake him, or what is the real him? And that is kind of the joy of having this Batman versus fucking Bruce Wayne of thing here on the podcast.
You're a millionaire playboy. Didn't even know it.
I wish. I don't know if I'd want to.
I didn't hit anything on the lottery last night. Damn it.
So I encourage you guys to check it out. And again, this is something that we just mentioned before about like they want to pit, Apple versus Microsoft and these Coke, Pepsi, pitting all these things against each other. It's with genders too. Man versus a woman, the feminist versus this, the LGBT, all of them battling against whichever other letter they want to, because they all hate each other inside of their little letters. And I would too if I had to get lumped in with a bunch of people that I might not relate to. I'm sure each of those little groups wants their own little thing, but nope, sorry guys, you settled it on this. Pop culture's giving you that. You want the rainbow, you got to have this too. Okay. Anyway, I'm being an instigator in that spot. But the thing of it is,
well, it's called March Madness for a reason.
The only energy you have really, you can't give to the things you really want to give it to, and this leads perfectly into this New York Times podcast that I listened to today.
You're starting to explain something about you were listening to it here.
Have you heard of this look maxing thing? Looks maxing,
nope,
I think they call it.
Yet.
Okay, so
look it up.
It's pretty much, and I hate to say this. I'm gonna try to find some shit about it here on the thing. Look, let me see. Look maxing. It's a bunch of guys who are these. What's those the celibate guys, right? The guys who don't.
Like monks.
No, not monks. They're like goofy. Like I'm trying to think how it's the best way. They have this.
This is more than the metrosexual.
Yes. So here I'm going to read this. It says, "Looks Maxing is an online trend popular in TikTok and the manosphere. Communities focused on maximizing physical appearance, often specifically to achieve an idealized male facial structure. It ranges from soft maxing, skincare, exercise, grooming, to extreme hard maxing, questionable cosmetic procedures, or bone smashing." Now, don't get me wrong, I love me some bone smash.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the kind of.
That's not the kind of bone smash they're talking about.
No.
To achieve facial ascension is what they call it. While it can boost confidence, it carries risks of severe mental health issues, body dysmorphia, and exposure to toxic ideologies. So, what this New York Times? I'm about 3/4 of the way through this thing. I was listening to it while we were on the track this morning. While I was trying to improve my looks.
Yeah.
See, this is the irony of all this.
Yeah, but I don't think you had this in mind, unless you were trying to smash your ass.
Wait.
To get it tight while you're walking. I mean.
No. Listen to me now. This is important shit.
This maxing, like maximizing one's physical attraction through, yeah. I mean, I could see the diet, exercise, skincare.
Here, let me read more of this, because there's a guy here. His name is clavicle something. I can't remember the claviculitis. I don't know what the fuck is. He had some. He's some famous looks maxer, right? What it is these essentially these subpar guys who don't look good are fucking their faces up, doing all sorts of crazy things, but like testosteroning, getting jacked, getting ripped, doing all these things to make themselves
just to get laid.
But that's the twist.
Why don't they just fuck a fat chick?
That's the twist on it.
They could just fuck a fat chick. Why work so hard?
Right, but here's the thing. That's what you thought of immediately. Okay, they don't give a shit about that because they're doing testosterone to the point where their sex drive's gone and they can't. Their fucking shit's unfunctional.
Oh shit.
So they don't give a shit about that. And this is why they are asking. These are all these kids who do the involuntary celibacy shit or whatever it is. These school shooter types. Okay.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Now I see where you're going with that.
All right. So they're you don't look good. You don't fit in with us. So they're going to the extremes of fucking their faces up to turn themselves into handsome Squidward. You know what I'm saying? On SpongeBob.
Yeah.
So it says here the term derives from gaming, meaning to maximize character traits, originated in 2010s, incel, involuntary celibate. So here's the twist on this. Okay, they're doing it mainly just to look better on social media. They're getting followers. They're making money off of this. Technically, by them going to making themselves look better, they're making money. They're being successful with it. So I've always said, and this is selfish on my part, of course, but attractive people always win. It's just a thing. People who are attractive get away with things more than people who are not. It's a fact of fucking life, okay? It just is.
Yeah.
And I can see where these guys are doing this stuff in order but I don't agree with it. I would not fuck with anything on my face, and at some point I can't wait to see how far these guys are going to go, because they seem like these obsessive compulsive people, and they're not going to get to a point where they can stop. They're just going to be like, okay, what's the next thing I can do? What's the next thing I can do? What's the next thing I can do? They're going to keep on doing it.
Right. And that's kind of it's a psychological disorder there. But what age group does it say is this kind of spanning? Is it the 19 to 20 something year olds, or?
I'm not even sure, to be quite honest with you.
Or is this something more now you got to worry about your high school kid,
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah.
I absolutely would. Think about it, yeah. So I just got to the point in this New York Times podcast where the female on the podcast is saying, "Hi guys, welcome to our world. Welcome to the world of what every woman has done to themselves for generations.
Yeah.
Wearing high heels, getting fucking tits installed, wearing makeup, getting their fucking
tucks,
getting their eyeliner tattooed on, getting just all of these crazy things that these women fucking do, so that we've pretty much told them society says you got to do it. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I don't know, because I'm handsome and I don't give a shit. Yeah,
you lucky bastard.
The thing is, here's the thing about it that's weird for me on anything that comes to that. I don't ever
think about
looking any certain way. In my mind, I'm this 13-year-old little goofball kid who just wants to go play baseball and pretend to have a radio show like we do.
Somewhat looks like Chris Cornell. So what you ever notice there's certain people, like I've got a friend of mine that he mined the look of looking like Don Henley for a lot of years, and then the other guy in town that was the Johnny Depp look-alike, and how certain people, there's the one guy around town that was mining his look to look like Kid Rock until Kid Rock became
I remember that guy,
such a douchebag, and the guy's a real decent guy anyway, but yeah, it's kind of crazy on how sometimes, I admit it, I tried to look like Joe Elliott back in the 80s with the perm hair and the ripped up jeans, where we emulate different people. And then we realize why we waste all this fucking time and just be yourself.
Right. And then, it's cool to get like a certain kind of look that you think, oh, that looks kind of cool. I wonder if I try that to see what it looks like. And then you put your spin on it, you know. Like me, I've always had long hair. I like having long hair, but I also like to play baseball, so I always have my hat on. So my hair is kind of tucked away. But what's nice about having longer hair is sometimes you can just, when I want to act or be a little bit incognito, go out somewhere and not be recognized. I've done that before, where it's just like, okay, I can go out, wear my hat, I can go out and do this. You're more of like a transformer, it's when you have longer hair and stuff. But
the hoodies, the hats, the glasses, always to disguise herself.
Speaking of going out now, St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
I went to Washington Street Pub. They had dueling pianos there. Bumped into a couple of my baseball friends there. And a waitress who's working there had a little slice. We don't have a nickname for her on the podcast. Brunette, used to be a Hooters girl. And
yep. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, fucking friend. Her name is very much like a character from the TV show Friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I go to her, I'm like, what happened to your forehead? She had a little cut and a Band-Aid or something, some Band-Aid on the top, but I'm assuming there was a cut underneath it. I don't know. She didn't have a zit or some shit, You don't want to know. She danced around it. So later on in the day, I get out of nowhere a text from Black Widow. And asking, first of all, I haven't gotten a text from Black Widow since like Christmas.
Yeah, because she was out after the races and everything for a while.
Yeah, so it was a Merry Christmas. I send a huge list of holiday messages I send out to everybody, and I do them individually. It's not one mass text that goes out to everybody. I make sure to make them individual because I'm not a fucking shithead. It's bad enough I'm fucking texting, and I'm not gonna make someone mass text. So Black Widow says, "Do you know so-and-so?" And I'm like, yeah. I just saw her at Washington Street Pub working. And she goes, yeah, she almost got in a fight with Black Widow.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, what the fuck? So, yeah, I know. Wow, so I'm like,
those
what?
Those two throw down.
So
man.
I text back and go, what the fuck happened? And she goes, too much to stay on a fucking text, right? So I'm like, okay, I didn't want to get into it, so I didn't bother following up. But she sends me a photo.
Well, I saw her post about something about women don't even try me, because of course she puts everything on social media.
She's got to stop that.
Yeah.
She's just got to.
And are we talking about the old original Red Eyes obsession that used to work at Hooters? Because I thought she works there.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Very much so. It was a picture she sent me, and it is of a dude that is just fucked up, right? So this guy apparently stepped in to split up the girls from fighting, and they jump his ass and start beating the shit out of him.
Oh, shit.
So I'm like, what the fuck? What the literal fuck? This is what we have here.
This is what I missed out on Sunday for going home and not going back.
This guy got fucking jacked in the head.
Holy crap, with a beer bottle or what?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But this could have been Black Widow. If you think about me, if these girls are fucking willing to beat the shit out of this dude, how angry do you have to fucking be?
But she hangs around with also the baby daddy's ex.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so that whole circle, I get it. Now I'm starting to see the clear picture here.
Because of ML, they all kind of hang out together with her. And I'd made a comment about like when you see 50, 40, late 40s, 50-year-old women still partying like they're 20 years old and they're like little teeny boppers and think they could be all cool and with their fake titties and fat ass because of all the alcohol they consume. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
That all comes very clear now what you're saying to me. Now I'm understanding.
Yep.
I guess this is very, very strange for me to like have this very clear focus and seeing it with sober eyes.
Yes.
Because this is like, as soon as I read that text and saw that picture, I was like, whoa. I am so fucking happy I'm not out doing that shit. Even going to Washington Street Pub that night, walking in, it was St. Patty's Day. It was about 5 o'clock. Walking in, it was chaos in there. The second we walked in, I could feel Erasure going like, we got to get out of here. We sat outside. It was quieter out there. But watching the nonsense was fun to see it from the distance. Like, look at that guy's going down first. Here, you could see which guys were the most fucked up. That would actually be like a really good TV show to just have it's not bar rescue.
No.
It's more like laying bets on who's going to get fucked up to the point where they're not going to, it's like, I'm putting my bet. You can
go to any small town in America.
This one in particular, this is, I think it's calling out for a good,
I went, like I said, Friday night, I went out to the record release party for the Legal Matters at Governor's Quarters. And they're like, what do you want to drink? And I'm like, don't you have a root beer? Like a regular straight root beer, not, the hard root beer or any of the stuff like that. And I drank like 3 of those. Everybody else is getting sloshed and I'm doing shots. And that was the same way after doing the race. We went over to Tavern 101 and I ordered, I paid for green teas for everybody but me. And they drank them, and that was probably the start of Black Widow's, descent for the day of drinking and partying.
The thing about her is I think she does a good job of only hitting those ultras and stuff. She doesn't do a ton, and I think because she wants to stay in shape, I guess. I mean, you don't want to blow it out like them chicks. As you get older, dude, it is hard to keep this fucking weight off, man. There's no doubt about it. You gotta. You gotta be conscious of that
if you're
shit.
still drinking alcohol, it makes it 5 times harder the older you are. And you can kind of relate to this. Once you quit, your body gets that reset and it makes it easier to have the weight fall off because it's one less thing that your body's recovering from when it comes to fine tuning it. And
Dude, at our age, like I hit batting practice yesterday for the first time this year, and I woke up this morning just like my entire everything is just, I feel everything. Every joint on my body aches. Every muscle is, every move I make, I'm feeling it from, because the first time you swing during the year, you're like, oh yeah, I did this. And, the first pitch that comes to me, I'm talking to the guy on the team. I go, when's the last time we swung? He goes, well, September. I'm like, oh
Yep.
shit. Then it hit me like, wait a sec.
I mean, once you get into it, it's all muscle memory and it's getting back to what you used to do. But your body does go, wait a minute, we're a year older. Fuck you. What are we doing?
It's like 6 months of, 6 months of not moving that way. It's like, so are you gonna start look smacks? Are we gonna look smacks?
Fuck no. Fuck that shit. No.
So-
I'm still the jeans, t-shirt, tennis shoe kind of guy, and I will be to the day I die.
Are you worried about your kid, like maybe discovering this and thinking that, oh God,
I hope not.
because this guy from the story I was reading, he kind of got like this. He had some experiences where he wasn't in the in crowd, and he got kind of like picked on or some shit. And he's like, "Oh yeah, fuck, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna fucking show you." That's essentially what I'm catching from this article. Is like, okay, this guy got pissed off because he got made fun of in school, and he's gonna come back and become the popular guy, and everybody's gonna, oh yeah, I'm gonna teach you, motherfucker. That
We've
kind of thing.
seen that Ryan Reynolds movie before.
Exactly. Yeah.
And a lot of that doesn't go, the characters change and the way people go about doing it, but there's always been something like this going on, reinventing ourselves to try to fit in more or to be socially acceptable. And that's why things like Facebook were created. Guy getting jilted by some girl, and next thing you know, it's out there. So this is all the same guy.
This is this clavicular guy. This is the story. It's about him essentially. So he went from here, this geeky, pimple-faced dude, to this, and it's all from doing all sorts of crazy things to his face and stuff like that. This is a thing. This is going. These guys are doing all of these things to make themselves prettier. And to me, it's gay as fuck. I just think it's gay as fuck because they're comparing themselves to other dudes and they're looking at other dudes. I don't know.
It's pretty sad that, again, our society makes people feel that they need to do this, that to just be popular and not just be yourself, because looks come and go, but your personality is what's going to carry you through your life.
Yeah, you better be fucking funny, man. That's all I got to say.
Chicks dig funny guys.
So so again, do you think that, I mean, in your head, me as a father of daughters, these are the things that you wonder all the time. You don't want the girls are fucking evil, man. Girls, not the people, the surrounding girls to your girls. You're worried more about these assholes treating them bad. I have a feeling mine is the one of the assholes treating the others bad. I don't think I could be completely wrong in this. My oldest is probably not that way at all. But these are the questions you tell yourself where, okay, who are you? Are you picking on someone, or are they picking on you? Or it depends on how many friends she has. Like, my daughter has spent most of her high school years, I believe, with the boyfriend and has spent a lot of time with the boyfriend. I don't know her inner circle as far as her friends that are girls that much. I don't know anything about that. And I did the same thing with the older one, specifically because my parents were so up my ass on shit when I was a kid. I have deliberately, and this is probably terrible parenting on my end, I want them to discover on their own who they are, and then I'm kind of like, I'm not necessarily a spectator with it. I check in, I make sure everything's on the up and up, but I don't want to interfere or send her in a way. If she needs advice, I want her to feel comfortable to come to me and ask, but for the most part, I want them to figure out shit, good or bad, on their own. I want them to be
part of the whole growth thing. I mean, It's but I've seen it with my kid already with doing the painted hair and the dyeing the hair, and I've encouraged it. It's like
Self-expression,
it's
yeah.
self-expression, and if you want to buy this kind of clothes to wear, okay, that's fine. But I know he's going to grow out of it really quickly or whatever it may be. So that's part of being a teenager and finding yourself during that time period. So.
Naturally, it's going to happen, right? One way or the other.
Oh, yeah. So when you say, Gina, the most famous Gina is Gina Gershon.
Oh, my God. I love that chick.
She's still fucking
She's so
hot.
fucking smoke show hottie. Do you want her to be hottie of the week? Let me see if this works. I don't know if this is going to work. Okay, because I have this set up, again, to play this music. Let me see. Let me make sure. I always have to double check to make sure I didn't get a chance.
Who's the chick with the golf deal?
Oh, that's fucking Paige Sporanic, man. You don't know Paige Sporanic?
No.
She's fucking hot as shit. Paige Sporanic. She's good. She's really she's kind of, for me, I believe she's the Anna Kournikova of golf. You know what I'm saying? Remember Anna Kournikova?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's see if this works. This might be loud. I don't know. I don't think I have any control over the volume.
You know what time it is, boys and girls. It's time for everyone's favorite part of the show. It's time for Paralyzer's Hottie of the Week. Cue the music! Paralyzer's Hottie. Paralyzer's Hottie. Paralyzer's of the week.
I love that. That's so fucking cool,
That's
right?
pretty badass.
What I don't like is the fact that I can't turn the goddamn volume down. That was loud as fuck in my ears. Yeah. Okay, so I want to plow through a bunch of these. Again, this is our March list of...
Wait. You said you're going to plow through.
I want to plow through, babies.
All right.
I do. I hate that...
Anyway.
I hate that, like, a bunch of the women that I thought are hot, which are still holding up pretty good, like this one here, Jessica fucking Alba from back in the day.
Uh-huh.
My feed of stuff that I collect is...
She's 44 now, damn.
Yeah, she's old. No, she's only a year older than my girlfriend, which is correct. It's, now that I think of it, it's like, oh my God, my girlfriend's 43 years old. That's the oldest girlfriend I've ever had.
But still a little bit younger than you,
Oh my God. Okay, so Jessica Alba is in this list. I didn't get to meet her, but she sat behind me at a Tiger game one time.
Shit.
Yeah, I got video of it. In fact, I will find the video of it. It's amazing.
How many times did you cream your jeans?
Here's the story. The Yankees are in town. I'm about 10 rows off the dugout, and I noticed the crowd kind of peering, looking back, and I look back, and she's walking down the steps, and I was just like stunned. I was just like, it was like a double take moment. Like, what is that? I was like, what? Oh my God, it's a Jessica Alba. So she keeps on coming down the steps, and she's sitting like maybe 1 or 2 rows behind me, and just to my right.
Damn.
I have a video camera at the time. It's like one of those with the big screen and then the rotating camera on the right hand side. The hand was like almost like a handle, and then you could turn it and get these different angles. So of course I turned around and I'm like, I gotta take me some video of some Jessica Alba. I have video of her at the Tiger game. So she must have been banging
like
Jeter or something at the time.
T-shirt.
She was wearing like jean shorts, I believe. They were like jean shorts and like a tight top. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if it was sleeveless or not, but you could see a lot of skin. It was like arms and legs and her face, and she's fucking beautiful, dude. It's amazing. So all these women now that I used to love, one of them in particular came through my feed yesterday. Lauren Holly. Do you remember Lauren Holly?
Oh, yeah.
There's this movement right now of...
Her and Jim Carrey used to be...
Have you checked out on Insta or on YouTube the little short things there? It's like, hey, well, Mom, what was it like in the 90s? Have you seen these?
No.
There's a lot of them that are coming through, and it shows the person, and the person has changed enough. Like the Lauren Holly one, I'm like, well, who's that? And then it kicks over and shows a bunch of slideshows of pictures of them when they were in the 90s. So I've seen Natalie Imbruglia has done this. Lauren Holly has done this. It's a pretty cool.
See, usually it's like the video of like it's the person when they were hot, and then it's their current or the dead angel self. I've seen those videos on YouTube as well.
So
where are they now? Kind of spin on it.
So what I have tried to come up with now is like when Clean was doing the show with me, we would come up with these older ladies, and it was like, would you still bang this chick even though she's like old? Jessica Alba's only 44. That's not that old. I'd still throw it in there.
Hell yeah.
Throw it into that thing.
So the one chick with the glasses and the red bikini, she looks familiar.
Now,
porn star?
This is where
I can't read the line.
I know, that's why I know.
I've got old eyes.
I kept it that way on purpose. But before we get to that, I want to just mention a couple other names. If you have some fucking horny young dudes, go look it up, because this is what we do here. We do man things sometimes. When Hedrick's not here, we got to talk about man shit. Okay? Paige Sporanic, hot fucking golf chick, amazing Instagram account. Anything you can look her up. How do you spell her name? Spiranac. This is not the first time I've mentioned her on the podcast. She's fucking great. I love going to check out all of Paige's stuff. She's great. The titties on this one are fucking amazing. Another name to look up, which I'm completely just blown away by.
Oh,
Michael Jackson's kid has to be one of the most attractive.
Allegedly, Michael Jackson's kid.
She, to me, is so fucking good looking. That is... To me, go look up Paris Jackson. She's fucking hot as shit. But my two faves, I don't know why, Dua Lipa, and Erasure knows it too. I just love Dua Lipa. She's so fucking smoke show hot. And Little Halsey. For some reason, I like Little Halsey, man. Halsey and Dua Lipa and me in a threesome. That's what it's going to be right there.
She looks so much different with her hair longer, but that song East Side, that was out like back 7 years ago, it's still one of my favorite songs. So
she's so fucking good looking. Look at this little thing. Oh, adorable. Tight little bod, all these things.
She's got like 36 Ds going on there.
She's got some nice tatties. That's what's really odd to me. I'm a big tit guy. I love me the boobies. Dua Lipa, no titties, but just hot as fuckity fuck. And she has a sister. Anytime we can get these two together hanging out on their little bikini. I mean, am I right? Am I right? Come on.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Come on, dudes.
I'm speechless over here. I'm not.
I know. So with that in mind, there's some hot names to go look up. Look up some Halsey, look up some Dua Lipa, look up some Paige Sporanic. I'm trying to mind dump all of the hotties. It's like the end of the month now, so it's almost like hottie of the month now. It's not even hottie of the week.
So do you know who Kat Deming is?
Fuck yeah, dude. Love that chick.
I actually saw an article and they were like, oh, Kat Deming's not hot. I'm like, where in the universe is she not hot?
Who said that?
It was, I can't remember what the fucking article it was. Maybe it was even on Flipboard or one of those ones. It was like, what?
Now, I do feel for women who have to be under that type of scrutiny and shit. Guys, we know when we get older, we're gonna hit into some sophistication. We can do certain things to keep us the most interesting man in the whole thing. We have our ways to do that. Women, I don't believe women do. I don't. I think the only thing that women have, and again, this kind of goes against what I was saying last week about like sexiness not having a weight or an age. Or, I mean, an age is different. You know, the cougar. What's after that? The puma. Like, how many damn cats can we do?
I only know the cougar.
This goes. Guys can figure something out to keep a little bit of an appeal to even a younger group of women. And there's a lot of women out there with daddy issues. Like it's just a thing.
Yeah. And it's weird on how, guys being gray is a good thing. Women being gray, like they freak the fuck out. Dude, some women will embrace the whole gray hair thing.
No fucking way, dude. I can't.
So
there was somebody who wanted to have some.
Nothing weirder than when you go down on a chick and the pubes down there are white as snow.
I don't know. I've never had that chance to check that out. A lot of the women I go down on, there's not a follicle.
Well,
down
most
there.
Most of them do shave it all out.
No, dude, seriously, I don't.
It's not a bad thing.
There was an instance probably, I want to say almost 2 years ago now, at least a year and a half, where there was some potential chemistry with someone who was gray haired out, and I was like, dude, just color your fucking hair, and I'll consider things. But it was like not an option, and I was like, well, and it's not an option. Sorry. You know what I mean? I'm not.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't want to be with someone who looks like I'm hanging out with my grandparents. You know what I mean? I just don't at all. It's not appealing to me whatsoever. Anywho,
I'll check back.
you could have a golden vagina.
I'll check back with you in 10 years, and you're going to be like, yeah, it's not that bad of a deal.
No. I'm going to encourage her to keep the colors. Keep the color going. Don't stop with the color. And keep the trim down there, too. And keep the... Okay. Bald and... I don't...
Bald is beautiful.
I'll tell you this right now. I'm very particular about women having long hair, too. I don't want... like that Halsey picture, she can pull that off because she's in her, what,
yeah, that was
20s.
a serious fro.
Well, no. The other one, where she's... yeah, this one. This is probably just this is wig and extensions on that for sure. Younger women can pull off the pixie look, the old Winona Ryder from the 80s look. That they can do that. But when an old lady starts to go fucking, I'm gonna look like a guy, and this is the fucking Jamie Lee Curtis in it out.
Oh God, my first wife, her hair is so short. I mean, it's about as short as mine.
It's like I've given up.
And that, so yeah, no, it was. And I mean, she had a smoking body like Laura Petty back in Point Break back in the day.
I like me some Lori Petty.
Yep.
So since you asked, let me see here. There was, I thought I had another little, okay, here he is. This is the other thing. You're talking about this woman here, this one.
Right, yeah.
I need to play another song for this one because this one is this one.
And now it's time for Mr. Clean's Skanky Cock Goblin Whore of the Week.
Bum, 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 bum. Okay. I need to get that audio.
Did they figure out who her baby's daddy is?
No, we got it. Listen, let's not jump the gun. We're still going back to this fat
I thought
bitch.
you were going to the other one.
No. I had to use that audio for this one because this one is woman with biggest boobs in the United Kingdom was banned from wearing bikini due to a rare condition. Yeah, rare condition. My fucking ass. So here we go.
What kind of condition is that?
Summer Robert.
Nippage?
No, I'm going to give the name out. Summer Robert suffers from a rare medical condition, which means her boobs won't stop growing. This is Mr. Clean's dream girl.
Damn.
Won't stop growing. I wish my cock wouldn't stop growing. Can you imagine that? Holy shit, I walk around with a fucking tripod. It's thought the Scot has the biggest breasts in the UK, having once grown 11 bra sizes within a year. Can you effing imagine?
And this is, again, it's no surgery, no nothing.
She currently wears an R cup, and while it's something completely out of her control, she says she was once pretty much banned from wearing a bikini. Well, you're in your brain,
An
if
R
your
cup,
tits are out of control, growing out of control.
And it's not the fat factor, because some of the times with women's cups, it's their back size and everything else more than her boob size.
See, her waist looks pretty thin, doesn't it?
No.
From this,
She's got some curves going on.
from here, oh, for sure. But here's the
She's
thing.
probably about 260
But
weight-wise.
But dude, I don't know if these titties are so huge that the waist, it doesn't look small. I'm not saying that,
Right.
but she doesn't have like a gunt. You know what I
Right.
mean?
But she's definitely got a fupa.
Let's see another picture. There's got to be more pictures of her. But these titties are fucking massive.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Look at these fucking things.
No, she's just another fat chick.
Yeah, I agree. So this is Mr. Clean Skanky Cock Goblet of Horror of the Week.
She's easy to titty fuck. No problem there. But yeah, she's just a fat chick.
If you guys would like to check her out, her Instagram handle is @ScotchDolly97. ScotChdolly 97. Go check her shit out. Huge titties. Gigantors, man. Some fucking big old boobies. She's got some boobies. You asked for it, dude. You wanted that.
I thought she was a former porn star. Damn it. I was wrong again.
Oh, one thing I would like to talk to you about. Do you remember Caitlin J. Anderson? Remember her? She was a Hooters girl. Worked in the Bay City and the Saginaw Hooters for a while. She was going to be on the podcast.
Caitlin, not offhand.
I'm going to show you. Let me see
Where
here.
did you find her?
Well, this is back in the original Red Eye days,
Yeah.
so you know how he is. He's all about the.
Yeah, he's bummed out about somebody again because I've been seeing some TikToks about people not texting him back right away and priorities. So I don't know if he was.
I'm so glad that I
I
don't
feel
follow
bad
any.
for the dude, man.
I'm so glad I don't follow him on any fucking socials.
So Caitlin Anderson, what is she?
She used to be a Hoots girl. Future hottie of the week, we'll say, but you can go check her shit out too. She's got a YouTube channel. She's got a lot of stuff there. I was curious about what she was up to, but she did this.
I just knew her as Kate.
She she did this video where she goes through and puts on her Hooters outfits, goes to eat at Hooters, but all of them they're the Saginaw, Michigan ones and stuff like that. But so she travels around. She does blogs. She's got her fake titties hanging out all over the place. You go check it out. It's good shit to see. But there was a time, and I can go back and find the article. Or not the article, the podcast when Red Eye was originally, courting her to come in to do this podcast, and she was lined up to do it, and then she ends up moving out to California and doing a bunch of naked modeling.
So those
and
are all
stuff.
videos that you can't just. There's no photos like you can click on a large.
Her Instagram account has a shit ton there. You can go find that too. But yeah, Caitlin J. Anderson, you can go check her out. There's her Instagram handle right there. Instagram.com/Caitlin J. Anderson. So, let's see here. What else do we got on our shit that we haven't fucking discussed? Here you go. This is her on her Insta handle.
Okay, yeah. I didn't really know her that well, but yeah, I knew her as Kate because Pius knew her.
Yeah. So she's got good shit. She's a tiny little thing, and she was. What was it? It was back in early Snap or early TikTok. I think it may have been Snapchat. There was that Arsenic TV Snapchat channel, I believe, and she was one of the models in that and stuff like that.
She probably looks like has a for you fans only.
My only complaint on her
Nice ass.
is the fact that she does the same fucking Zoolander face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's straight up my
her
only complaint.
cheekbones are really kind of.
Yeah, but she's
nice
there's
ass.
tons of skin there for everyone to see. Go check it out. Ooh, look at the back dimples. Pierced back dimples. Ooh, that's hot. I like that. That's got dermals. Ooh, dermals.
That's where your thumbs rest.
Yeah.
That's a thumb.
For sure. So let's talk about our lessons for today. Lesson number 1, when Hattrick's not here, we get to look at a bunch of hot bitches.
Well,
I'm sure she'd be fine
she'd
with
be
it
down
too.
with it,
I think she
yeah.
would. We'd be asking her, hey, Hattrick, would you let this chick lick your puss?
Yep.
And she'd be
And
like,
she'd be like, yeah.
Probably. That's how we roll here on the podcast. We try to give you guys informative information.
And
as
once
we,
again, we've been steering clear of the
Fuck that
TOLO. Anyway.
we don't want to, Orange Cheeto. Listen, we got some time. Do you have to be anywhere? We got a few more minutes.
I don't have to be anywhere.
Oh, dude, this could go on forever.
That's what she said.
We here at the podcast love to talk about Pornhub chicks and stuff. And right now, I love the fact that I have used the acronym for Mr. Clean Skanky Cock Gobbling Whore of the Week. That's what that is. And it's MKSCGWOTW.
Kelly sucks cock.
From now on, we're not going to refer to it as Mr. Clean Skanky Cock Gobbling Whore of the Week. We're just going to refer to it as MKSCGWOTW. It's time for MKSCGWOTW. Adult content creator Bonnie Blue's claim of pregnancy after having unprotected sex with 400 men. She claims she's going to keep on keeping on with
Was
the
it
porn.
a Dr. Oz's kid? Or there was like a claim like
What?
there was like something like Dr. Oz is like quit mentioning me, being the baby daddy, or there was somebody that was famous.
All I know is Maury Povich has got to stop trying
Maury.
to sell so many tickets. His crowd size has gone down so much on the Maury show that he's got to
No pun
drum up
intended.
these fucking circus acts to bring in all of these dudes to put in the crowd to see whose dad is really the thing.
It's the new Jerry Springer.
So this Bonnie Blue, I hate to say it though, the porns that I watch of her are hot as fuck. Have you ever watched these?
I've seen her before, yeah.
She literally is a Mr. Clean Skanky Cock Goblin Whore of the Week. Whore of the Year, for all I know. But didn't she get kicked off of OnlyFans for being too extreme? When you're too extreme for OnlyFans?
Yeah, that's something else.
Good God. It's a lot of extreme OnlyFans shit
She
right
looks
there.
like she's not going to be pretty when she gets elderly.
I agree.
I mean, just something about her face and the receding hairline.
That also, I saw some pictures of Denise Richards lately. She got a lift.
Yeah, it was not good.
The thing is, the photos that they put out, I hope they probably, they're handpicked. They're the best ones in the before and after. What I do have to commend her on is the fact that she said, here's the before, here's the after. Because a lot of the women, they're so fucking, they don't want to see the befores. Here, let me deceive you. Here's how I am now. We have a friend who's tends to stick a bunch of shit in her face and stuff in her chest. And just at some point, man, are you going to hold on to this? Are you going to be Dolly Parton? Are you going to be Cher? You going to pull that off until you're 80 years old?
And her hair's thinning on the top of her head.
It's
I
like...
I haven't seen her in a while. I know she's been at the Y, but I haven't ran into her in a while.
Didn't she? She went through something
with her ankle, surgery, but she's bounced back.
Always a super nice person, very, very friendly.
Her birthday's coming up.
I've always had fond memories and thoughts of her. She's a great person from as far as I can go. She just went through the divorce stuff, didn't she?
Yep.
She tried
with the dude that wanted to be fucked up the ass by Joe.
She tried to marry. Listen, these are words of advice, and I'm sure she would say it. She's been on the podcast, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
She would probably say, "Women, don't date gay men. Don't marry them specifically."
Yep. Don't date or marry narcissistic gay men.
We want to tease to an episode once Hattrick's back in here. And this is it. Just you read that headline and tease everybody, and then we're not going to talk about it.
Inside the booming business of monster porn.
Hattrick and her friends over the monster porn. Tetrophilia, babies. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. All right. I think we should go down a little bit of a road with some politics, I guess. This is where everybody tunes out, okay? But here's what I want to tell you. Florida dad gets a domain name, Nazis.us, and sends it over to the Department of Homeland Security. If you go to Nazis.us right now, Nazis.us, it goes to the Department of Homeland Security.
Oh, shit.
Hats off to you, motherfucker.
That's brilliant. Oh, troll
Isn't that
energy.
fucking great?
I could just see the secretary of whatever the fuck you want to call him freak the fuck out.
Now, I believe I don't
He'll be
know.
fired next.
I don't know if it actually activated or not, and we're going to test this live because sometimes when I sometimes test out what I do with my domains, it won't work. So let me go. I'm just going to go to Nazis.us and boom, Homeland Security.
Yep.
It does. It absolutely works. Now, I want to also test something out, but I'm going to use a different browser because I'm not quite sure if this is going to work on the... sometimes you go to a site so many times and it doesn't work. Let me go with... What should we go with? DuckDuckGo?
Sure.
Let's go DuckDuckGo. Let's type in... let's see here. www.creepsearch.com. Let's see if that works. I don't think it's going to work. I have this forwarding over to the Jeffrey Epstein files.
Oh, really?
Yes. I own creepsearch.com, everybody. And yeah, I do. And I've used this in the past to send over to people's Facebook pages.
So out of curiosity, have you ever bought a domain name and then somebody come along and want to buy it from you? Mm-hmm. How often does that happen?
Well, it used to happen.
Do you make money off of it? I mean, you can answer that off the air, but I'm curious about that.
My main domain, my name, I've had people try to get a hold of me to do because the president of Peru was named exactly my name.
Oh, wow.
And they wanted it. And then I wouldn't sell it. I gave them a ridiculous amount. I think it was, at the time, I said, I'll sell it for $30,000, I said. And then they kind of balked at it and didn't want it. Then a couple years later, his political opponent got a hold of it, gave me and said, hey, how much? And at that point, I owed so much on my house, and I bumped it up to I think like 80 or 100 or something like that. And I'm like, no, I'm going to keep my domain. But I have a bunch of different domains for myself. I have the .net, the .org,
Right.
.design. I have with my name with those.
Well, with the
held on
business
to.
and everything, the podcasts and that right there, I figured you always are going to try to cover the market to make sure that one's protected. But then I always wondered, you always hear about people that, bought that domain name right away. And when you go what is it, GoDaddy or something like that, and you buy it on one site, does that cover that domain name then across the board?
GoDaddy essentially is, the way I look at it is, it's like almost like a Yellow Pages kind of, I think. Once you buy that name, so as long as you keep paying them to hold on to it for you, you can tell it to point wherever you want it to go. Essentially, in my artist P-brain mind, I control my domains that I have, and as long as I keep paying for them, I have them still. I have some domains that are so old, old, like from the mid-90s. Some domains. And I didn't have my main name as a domain for a number of years, but when it came available, boom, I gobbled it up. So, yeah, it's important to have your my own kid has her own domain. Yeah. And it features her graduation party right now. So,
Cool.
but
that's cool.
But yeah, I have probably 35 different domain names, but creepsearch.com, everybody, creepsearch.com. For some reason, it's not kicking over to the Jeffrey Epstein files yet, but it will be.
It's the Trump Epstein files.
The Trump
Hashtag.
files. The Trump files featuring Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really want to just let's do a quick hit on some stuff here. I have some audio to play. We have some clips. Let's just wrap it up with a bunch of cool clips and shit.
Fuck yeah.
Here we go. Let's see what this chick's gonna say. She's got
Before the caffeine wears off.
yeah, exactly. This is where we can wind down and let other people speak for us. Let's see here what we got. Some of these links are a little, again, this one's acting a little slow here, so let me switch over. Let's see, that one might not be working. Let's go up here to the top. We can play the cooler stuff's up top. You know what I'm saying?
Always. The cream rises to the top.
We could talk about the fucking Trump phone that's never going to come to fruition.
Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer there. There was a thing this last week on the amount of money that Don Jr.'s made, that Kirshner's making, who's trying to broker a peace deal with Iran, but yet also talking to other foreign interest countries and getting paid
It's
for it, but there's
crazy.
no conflict of interest.
I think we need a palate
whatsoever.
cleanser. We need a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Let me
go
see if
for
this
it.
will play.
I was filling the gaps there.
Oh, here we go. Listen to this shit.
Everyone dies. 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 Everyone dies.
My colon is impeccable, my pussy is unwreckable. Shackleful, tasteful, everything's acceptable. I had bad cancer, but I pooped it out. I cure my mother's age and I fix my mother's gout. I don't mean to make you nervous, I got wicked good insurance. Got a crazy low deductible, my doctor's super fuckable. I ate 1,000 Lunchables, I'm fucking indestructible. I'm fucking indestructible. I don't need a checkup, I just need a leg up. Lay down on the table, put my feet up in stirrups. In walks the guy in the cot, just he takes one look at me and said, "What the fuck is this?" I said, "Listen up, Doc, what you seeing is my cock. I got all the human parts and I'm never gonna stop cause I'm immortal. So you can suck my dick cause I'm never gonna die cause I never get sick. You can suck my dick, suck my dick. I'm never gonna die cause I never get sick. You can suck my dick, suck my dick. I'm never gonna die cause I never get sick. So suck my dick, suck my dick. Never gonna die cause I never get
And that is not AI, folks.
That was real.
That was fucking real.
What'd you think of that?
That was fucking
I
awesome.
love that.
I mean, yeah.
Fucking good shit. This is a good one.
All day and all night.
You're being a dick all day and all night. Being a dick all day and all night. I don't want to see your face because you're being a dick.
These are the random things I collect, man. These are fucking great. Let's see here. Let's go to some more. Like we're clearing out the bin today. All right, you've gone to Nashville before.
Oh yeah, I used to live there.
Okay, is it a lot of country stuff issue there?
So originally it was, but there's always been Nashville's actually known for its publishing more than anything else.
Really?
It's a big Bible Belt area. There's a lot of businesses there because of the central hub that it is, where it's located at. But the country music scene has always been a part because of the Ryman Auditorium and that part of it. And there used to be radio stations that could broadcast to other places to
it's
hear.
Centrally located. Yeah.
You would hear in Michigan and different places like that. So, but it's changed. That's why they call it Nash Vegas. And it's not the same way it was when I was hanging out there back in the 80s or in 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Listen to this. This is exactly what we're talking about.
Yep.
Watch this
Roll
guy.
it.
This guy's, he knows exactly what it's saying here.
The new Nashville.
This Nashville fucking sucks now, man. I mean, they've ruined this city. They've turned country music into fucking Disneyland. These fucking fat bachelorette bitches clogging up the toilets. You go to the airport, they're all on the ground, throwing up, drunk fucking idiots. You seen this train, what are those things called? The bachelorette bitch, the pedal taverns. God, if I knew I wasn't going to get in trouble, I'd smash my car head on into one of those. Take them all out. Fuck this new Nashville. I'm fucking moving, man.
So that's so spot on point. And actually, we were joking around about that because I was talking about going downtown, and they're like, "Don't." It's not what it used to be when I used to hang out there. Because there was a cool, I've mentioned it before, it was the Underground 176 Underground, and it was downtown across from Tootsie's Orchid Lounge. And when I was 28, 29 years old, that was the place I'd go to. It was open till 4 o'clock in the morning. It was techno music. It was a 60-40 club, 60% straight, 40% gay, lesbian, trans, whatever you want to call it back then. But you could go in there and drink cheap and dance your ass off. And it just was, everybody I met from different places that were there in conventions would find their way in there. And that's my one friend that I hooked up with, a one-night stand, and we're still friends. I mean,
dude, that's an odd one to have a one-night stand that you're still friends with.
Yeah, she was a college professor and just really super cool woman.
That kind of shows you how kind of a guy you are. That's kind of cool.
Well, I left a very big impression on her.
Right, but why was it just one night stand? Did you guys revisit the one night? Because it can't be a one night stand if you guys have revisited it.
No.
And you're still friends with that.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So basically, she was there for the weekend. I was living there, and then I moved over to Georgia. She went back she was married, still is. Her husband's dying of cancer. Anyway, that's probably irrelevant.
You come back, have second night stand.
We hooked up that night, and I left such an impression on her that we're still friends.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Matter of fact, when I went through my second divorce, we kind of reconnected on the phone, talked, at length, and good woman.
Another palate
and
cleanser.
Her kids are hot.
Oh, yeah? Hot daughters?
Oh, yeah. Real fucking hot daughters. No, she's like 10, 15 years older than me, too. So
10, 15 years older. Daughters are probably my age then, right?
Yeah. 40s. Yep.
We don't do commercials here very often, but this one I could not resist. Okay? We don't promote, and these guys did it right. Ready?
Fucked? Are your tires fucked? Maybe your trailer's fucked. Maybe your hoses are fucked. Your truck's fucked, your tires are fucked, your trailer's fucked, your hoses are fucked.
So get with us here at Robinson Truck and Trailer Repair, and we can help with all your fucked up shit.
You can call us at 515-726-9144.
There you go. I love that. I do commercials for like that.
That's like Ricky Bobby, man, stuff.
I really liked that.
What is this machine where they're building your whole world around?
Oh my
World-
God. It's got to be some musical thing. What is
What
this?
the fuck is this?
It looks pretty sweet. It's got buttons and
It
lights
looks like
and
something
things.
you would already own.
I love this. This is my feed. I get all these cool devices and stuff
I mean,
like
it looks
this.
like a soundboard, mixing board.
It's got to be some techno fucking coolery.
So one of my friends actually told me I should do a podcast on fucked up shit teenagers put their parents through.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. Like, the extremes and how
Let's make it a new segment. Want to make a new segment on the show?
and how they're trained and how they're cultured and how to get their parents in trouble for just being parents and disciplining them.
Well, what's funny about this is I've been giving ChatGPT and all the other AIs a bunch of the transcripts. Gemini, in particular, this past week, I gave it the show notes, the full transcript of everything we've said for the last probably 30 or 40 episodes, and had it kind of give me a rough outline of the topics that we normally hit. One that was very curious was nostalgia. And I don't know if it's because we're at an age now where we've had a life that that's far away from us. That's way back in the day. And so that was one of the things I was very curious about. But this right now is like we think about it because our kids are going through what we try to remember. Mm-hmm. They're doing, what was that?
They're trying to find their way. They're trying to figure it out.
What was I like with that when they were going through that? And then I have the interesting dilemma, not really dilemma, but I have two younger, almost stepdaughters now. So yesterday, for instance, in nostalgia mode completely, I took them to batting practice with me. And then afterwards, we went to the stadium and we bought baseball cards. We bought tons of baseball cards.
I thought you were going to say you got ice cream. That's what we used to do.
I was going to suggest getting ice cream. I did suggest get ice cream, but they were just like, no. So we went to the stadium. They're getting into baseball. We took them to the games. They're starting to get curious about it. World Baseball Classic, we watched. They had questions. How do they do this? How do they do that? They're asking. So I'm like, okay, cool. These are some fresh sponges to load up with all this information, So they got it. I busted out my old Jose Canseco card collection, showed them that. You could see the sparks. You could see the gears going like, okay, all right. So after the batting practice, I took them there just on a whim. They didn't know we were going. And we walk in, and they're just like cards here and sports memorabilia there and this and that. And it was like there was a bunch of people there. It's pretty.
And it's kind of like The Great Escape, which bought my dad's collection on stuff. But they've been around since the 80s. It's always been music, comic books, collectibles. Mm-hmm. And there's always that need, and it kind of comes full circle. You had mentioned cassette tapes earlier. My dad had a bunch of 8-track tapes in that where people want to hold on to that memory of, maybe that was lost in a fire. They had to get rid of it or sell it. And kids today need to have more of that collecting type stuff, whether it's the Pokemon cards, whether it's the Funko Pop things, that tangible thing to hold on to, or it's the Lego building kits, which are phenomenal, to create those memories to go back to.
Her daughters do the Thai Beanie Baby thing.
Oh shit! My sister,
loads of Beanie Babies. Every time we would stop anywhere, they're firing up these Beanie Babies. They go to the antique stores, and the oldest, she knows about the values of this and that. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it's a lot like the baseball cards where I keep my cards for nostalgic purpose. I like to go look through them, but I've deliberately kind of kept that at a distance because I know I can get sucked down into that rabbit hole of all right. So I feel myself like wanting to go back and browse a little bit more of the card shop. I was there with a mission in mind. I needed some new binders to put the cards in. That my old binders were falling apart. I got to go there for this. Take them with me and kind of. We picked up a bunch of like singles though. We did.
Yeah, I've got my comic book collection that I've had that's boarded and bagged and boxed downstairs, and I've always said at one point I need to go down, bring it all up, look at it, see what the worth is, because it's not doing me any good. Eventually, it should turn it over to somebody else and that move on with it. Eventually I need to get to the downsizing stage of life, which is going to be letting go of a lot of stuff.
I'm there when it comes to that. I know that I'm going to struggle with the amount of technology I have.
Yeah.
I have a ton. I don't think I've ever sold any of my old computers. I have every single machine every single computer I've ever owned, I still have. Every single iPhone that I've ever owned, I still have.
I had to throw out laptop computers. They were Windows 7. I'm like, what do I do with these? You know?
Well, I need to get I need to pull hard drives out of mine and get all that information out, and into you can essentially take multiple machines now and put them into something as small as this hard drive here, and have all of those past files and things now. And I'm doing with my parents right now, because they had a couple of computers with hard drives in them that they haven't cracked open in forever. I took the drives and just yanked them out, and I'm gonna pull all the information off of them. But yeah, but nostalgia. I was really curious how it figured out that we must inadvertently just be reminiscing about.
Well,
shit.
you and I were towards the beginning of the year. A lot of the stuff with you. Last year with you turning 50. Me turning 60, different things with parents, Ghost coming down there, my kid coming on the show, talking to him. There has been that. And then, of course, with even with you and Hattrick, talking about former conquest is being nostalgic.
We love the former conquest.
Yeah, that's being nostalgic as well in a different way when it comes to it. I thought it was
It's all the shit you jack to now.
Well, I thought it was very revealing when you were sending out the stuff of where, after you'd launch a show and where people are listening. The fact of, and thank you, the people that do listen to this podcast all over the world.
It is true.
It's
nuts, isn't it?
Phenomenal. It's really cool.
Yeah. I like being able to check it, and I'll do like maybe the beginning of the month each month. Okay, how many downloads did we get last month compared to the month before? What big places are there? Is the war-torn countries in the Middle East? Are you hearing us? And there are some people listening there.
Well, it's kind of funny because the whole Straits of the Hormuz.
Oh my God!
I just keep on thinking of the game Risk. Remember Risk when you get Australia? And you just fortify and keep on attacking. I mean, it's that small. It's strategically. I mean, who the fuck would not think that through? That this would be a bad idea.
Here's the thing about when I was thinking about this with Vice President J.D. Vance the other day.
Couch fucker.
All of these guys have to think to themselves, "I'm really in the back of their mind. I'm playing this in real life. These board games." I don't think they can possibly grasp how huge this is, and what this is. A guy who, come on. His claim to fame was he wrote that book about growing up in Southern Ohio, or the fuck it was. And it's like
not too far away from where I've got kinfolk. Yeah,
but it's like I don't know.
But he's changed his name quite a few times. He's had his own issues.
I don't trust that guy. No. Any guy that can say I'm a never Trumper.
Yep, and
now he's fucking. I don't like it. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Let's play one more clip
one more clip,
and then I gotta.
Yeah, we need to get some shit done today.
Yeah, we gotta go. I'm probably gonna be here a lot today. Let me restart this fucking thing.
Wind doesn't blow. Those big windmills are so pathetic and so bad.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
They were going all green. All green is all bankrupt.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
But global warming, not happening.
Donnie, please.
It used to be global cooling. If you look back years ago in the 1920s and the 1930s, they said, global cooling will kill the world.
Forget it, Donnie. You're out of your element.
Then they said global warming will kill the world. But then it started getting cooler.
You're like a child who wanders into the middle of a movie.
So now,
I so love it. That's one of my favorite fucking
wait a
movies.
Minute. There was more to that. It's fucking weird that it just stopped midway.
This dude has no fucking clue. And
isn't that fucking great?
I love the clip of the lady going, fuck you, Donald Trump. I voted for you 3 times. That's viral.
That was a good one.
My bad.
I'm gonna just plow through a few more of these just to kind of get them off the fucking list.
You got your feelings hurt when Charlie Kirk died? You better be in the mental gym working up a sweat, preparing for the day that he dies. Because the celebration will be global. It might even be intergalactic. People might come from afar, planets, worlds we've never heard of, to be like, you guys it finally happened. I hope you're ready, because he's not a decent man. And you may be saying like, oh, well, like decent people don't celebrate other people's deaths. That's okay. I don't think he deserves decency one bit. And he's spread a lot of indecency and a lot of inhumanity around this world, and has fomented tons of anger and hatred in this world. And the cathartic release that we're all going to get when he dies, and I won't say who he is, but you can guess, that's going to be maybe one of the most globally significant periods in alcohol sales. People are going to break sobriety to celebrate that. And you may be getting mad and being like, wow, how can you celebrate the death of someone? And I don't know, look at his most recent, whatever the fuck his little social network post is. That's enough.
Yeah, especially about Mueller.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. All right, do you have any final words for anything?
Let's get out of some fucking spring weather, some baseball, some...
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My final words are, what do we say? We gave you guys a hottie today. Teenagers, don't start with this busting up your face to try to look cool, because you're gonna, once you hit your 30s and into your 40s and you fucked your face up enough, you're gonna regret the shit out of it. Just go look up all these plastic surgery disasters and all these other things. Okay, get your mind fucking right. Don't worry about your fucking face. Go out and learn how to make a girl laugh, and you're gonna be fucking fine. Stop fucking with your faces, everybody. That's my words of the day. Okay, sound good?
Being a dick all day and all night. You're being a dick all day and all night. Being a dick all day and all night. I don't wanna see your face because you're being